morning, folks. It's 6:51 a.m. on the 7th day, 14th month, 2023. See if I can pull my live up on my phone here so I can catch comments as they come. Fantastic. Oh, that just happened. I just dropped my phone. Right, okay, I'm going to go through long-term forecast. This is, will be about midnight on the 23rd for New Zealand time. As I said, I'm very concerned all the conditions were correct. To have a cyclonic system means turning in the direction of the rising sun. Anticyclonic systems turn the opposite direction of the rising sun, or on Earth, counterclockwise is an anticyclone, regardless of hemisphere. And a cyclonic system is moving that direction. So the winds to be expected then in this cyclonic system, it's going to give you the hyclonic, is not at tropical cyclone strength. It's not. This is a high force gale. This is going to be a battering. It's packing a lot of moisture in it, and when it hits certain areas, you might have a wintry mix, or you might just have the wetness, if you will, of various downpours and things that are going to go along with that. Right? Some of the totals are now going to begin to kind of show up, and as I head in towards that. What is it, to the 24th your time on New Zealand? She's just there and wandering. She's just drawing the tropical flow, and it's up here. I'm getting a different graphic. All this stuff from the tropics is being drawn in. And so the river of moisture is going to become very important, and the redirecting of stuff down this alley here and across can be expected to happen. So I'm watching for beam lines to control this flow and do a sweep. It has to send that moisture down. Okay, gotta remember this is low, so she's kicking, and this is bubbling in between itself because that's a little bit lower than that. So they're gonna be fighting each other. This essentially becomes a high sitting next to a low, with a high and a high, and she's trying to pinch off as these two highs here, and this is very high, and coming in at 1041. Right, just numbers. This is what I go by. And when I look at this, I see the direction things are going to go. You know, when Windy's map stops, I go by pressure, because that's the initial indicators of everything. The flows of highs towards lows of so many different systems in the world of electrics and weather, and is really just understanding pressure and etheric flow, compression and decompression. Etheric factors, and that's a whole nother thing to have to take into account. When I see this image here, the first thing that strikes me is I know these highs are fighting to bring this system around the corner. So as they're bubbling, it's holding this low in place, and that's free to pinch off and actually dance up and around all on its own. And I'll be watching for that. So you guys get a setup as this comes across. Where are the winds going to go? Think about this, right? As the high's directly over the top of you, all the flows straight in on this one because it's an elongated. If that tightens up right over here, she's an up and in instantaneously. Instantaneously, you'll bring that water straight into here and into Gisborne. I'm watching this very, very closely, and that's what this pressure would do to me. As that bubbles up, the flow through Cooks could change. As soon as the flow changes, that allows the feeding of that low in towards it, a high up form. It'll dominate over here. When that happens, you guys up here, I'm watching very closely, or then could get some action at probably about the 27th, 28th of the month as we head towards August. Oh, August, what's this thing? Your devices, I'll do all those updates later. I hope you're happy with the streaming quality. I'm pretty happy. I don't like the choppy lines on this. It's not crystal clear as I'm seeing. So a pressure line on this map here is probably the most essential. I don't even need much of anything else. And I can go back to the rain now and look at some of the totals to be expected in the down under area. And like I had mentioned earlier, at Queenstown, Hobart, and you're expecting, this is on the threes here, okay? 69! Yeah, that's 69 going on at 697. I'm not going to go hunting for it. It was just a random over here in the Trial Harbor. Going to try some new contamination. What's happening on the 24th? Because that's more essential. Yeah, you're in it now. Right now, you're getting some flows down low. And when these hit the mountains in here, you should be having some new snows coming on the 10s for sure. Absolutely. What in the flock was that? No snows for sure over there south of Mole Creek. And Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. I always think about that from the books. Mr. Toad is boiled. The frog has boiled. It is for sure. Look at the winds now. It's not going to be the best days for you guys. And so let's go ahead and roll that beautiful beam footage. As an old commercial used to say. It was a dog, by the way. And let's just roll this right on over there. And I'll look at your guys' questions and such as we're going along. And good morning, Angela. Good morning, Beth Stark. And Jeff. And Angela Kane. And how am I this morning? I'm existing like everybody else. I'll rhetorically answer that. Yeah, that's fine. Hey, it sucks to be everybody these days, but yeah, life's not too bad. Yeah, that ione in my pocket I was telling you about is definitely assisted the healing of my foot that was broken in a way I'd never imagined. And I was walking around town yesterday. I shouldn't be shocked, but I'm shocked. I was so pleased I got a bus pass. Yeah, so now I'm going to really be able to just rip the town up and explore the 5 towns. But I'm not Anna of the 5 towns. And that's where I'm at. And where that was written. Okay, here we go. This is a moment. This is when I'm starting to watch stuff where I go, okay, I'm not yawning this day. And so Monday the 17th, back down the hatches, Vic, southern New South Wales, and the trough. The trough will get a batch of moisture in it. That's going to meet a tropical flow that's being split over here just between south of Harvey Bay, and so Gimpy's going to own a flow and bring in some inland warmth and moisture and all the heat that goes with it. And it sometimes yields those 69 totals that we showed earlier. Boy, is it going to be wet. Yeah, I'll move it along again. Hey, New Zealand, how you doing that day? Fjordlands, get some snow. Jingle smells, jingle smells. Oh, that slammer move. So they're doing the wiper move that I've described many times. And I'll do it again later. At some point I'll do a face-to-face with you guys today. I was a man on a mission yesterday. I didn't accomplish all my tasks, but I'm so far ahead of myself. I'm happy. You see what's going on there between the 23rd? That cyclonic system out here is beginning to converge. The tropical with the absolute really cold Antarctic stuff that's hovering in certain layers or altitudes of the atmosphere known as pulsar layers, where things can, different type of clouds form and stop forming in these layers, often leading to clouds that have different flat bottoms on them in different layers of the atmosphere around you. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, she's climbing up the coast. She's going to pinch her off. The very momentum of the moving cloud mass can help with the pinch off of that bubble up I was showing you earlier, that move where she pinches the low and then feeds this one. Comes across the top and feeds it. If I block it here, it has to feed it here, which doesn't destroy the center of circulation. You guys are going to have the second low flow over here. There's no way it's not going to happen. Happening. That's just the way it's going to fucking be. And you're going to get some saggy beddings, and the thumbnail's going to get all wet over here in the air. Well, let's try to pronounce that. That was a name there. Rangatuki. Okay, I thought it said F. Let's put a WH in there instead. And I would really enjoy the repronunciation of that. Right, that's my few joys in life. You ever notice that lake looks like Africa? Well, now you did. All right, hey, back to the basics. This is your basic rain accumulations. Yeah, if we're going to rate it ignorantly. Right, over the next 24 hours, this is what's to be expected. Hey, your winter wets. Yeah, a little bit of snow is up in some of these peaks up here is going to occur. It's going to be wet, folks. Just a little bit wet and moist and happening like that. But over 2 days, it's a lot more total starting to appear along the Southlands and the Fjordlands and down here. So you don't want to be out there and you'll waka. You'll waka, boom, and Pac-Man have your ass. On the fives, yawning still, right? I get a break them days. Yeah, and I'll zip on over. Tazzy, you've already started copping it. 69, I already showed you. Right, on the tens, it's starting to look a little bit more fierce. A little bit more like, uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Even the beak is getting wet. Every now and every time I see it, I see like an ant. With 1 and 2 antennas laying on top of each other. Imagine there's a mineral barrier between the two. I'll foul you. Here, but I digress. Hey, Patton's Rick. How you doing? 10 degrees that day. Not too bad. Loogie Bay, Liger Bay. Don't protest there. They might change it to Lidar Bay. They could take lessons of Cadbury's hot dog roasters they have over in the front for all those campers, They had them dialed in to cook your hot dogs bad that day, and as 12.5 centimeters start showing up along the coastlines, expect those totals to rise when we get here at about the fives. You're going to really see the clobbering. How about here? You'll start getting. I give it 2 days. 2 days from now, you're going to see the totals that are going to happen as that dancer goes over the top of you, and it's really going to rise. Is that thing's going to stall? Because there's nowhere for the pressures for it to go. Because that high is well dominantly in place to the east of it, stopping up the systems over there in wonderful South America. Yeah, control the flow over there. At the harness out America, and you can back up all the moisture going across the entire Earth on the southern hemisphere. Hemispheres. How about that one there up north? How you doing? The troughing areas here where these valleys are, they're not going to be valley happy. Ooh, this feature here seems interesting. It's like a mini trough through here. I never noticed. Okay, well I'll take that into account. So there'll be some cold settlings going on through here on the trees, with about 4 to 5 centimeters. And as the flow's obviously going to be held off by a beam, an absolute beam, kind of situation. And then on the tens, it just added to it, right? If you go for the nines to the 12s, it has let up on those 5-day periods according to them. And it's failed. I'm telling you, it just never fails. They want something up there. And they're doing the can. AIR is pronounced air. And if I put a C in front of it, it should be Cairns, right? Cairns. But you like it being curled like that. Can. They're doing a can with the bombs over the top. You open up lots of can. And the Cape Tribulation is about the only tribulation you're going to have that day, and you better disappear from some of them areas as look at the wetness is going to hit this neighborhood. Hello, Nicole Drave. How you doing there over there at the clusterfuck nature refuge? Ooh, I love figs. Yeah, I played funny, eh? You're going to have your figgy pudding. Hey, Xena, you're going to be very close. Xena. My gosh, Cape Tribulation, watch out. I've zoomed in on you. It's never a good thing. And all the setup there says it looks like you're needing some smartening it up on your roads, because they don't trust you to drive anymore. They want electric Johnny cabs. Some of us are absolutely like me. I'll have social credits that I'll have to borrow from the people standing next to me to even have a chance to do anything besides walk. Waka. And then you'll only get through that gate of that 15-minute city. It will be 15 minutes that you could drive in a car, or 15 minutes that you could run. You say Bolt speed. Or will it be how fast you can go in 15 minutes? Can you get down an elevator and into the store in 15 minutes? Where is this Klaus guy headed with his billions of dollars to control the planet and aim all the money towards himself? Or the Reich, if you will, of his family. And there's big totals coming up there just to the east of Queenstown. You think Bob Marley when you hear the word Queenstown? I do too. All I can think of is how long will they kill the prophets while we stand around and look? Or are we just going to keep shooting the messengers here to keep that song going on? Over here, the King River's going to have some king flows to it, super wetnesses. But that's a very steep, very, very steep there. So whatever hits here is coming down hard. It's going to wash down them roads, and great care is going to need to be taken in your travel plans. The plans. All right, what else do I want to roll? I told Isaac I was going to roll tape on them and show them a few of their interestingnesses, and then I'll show more interestingnesses there. And this best interesting part for me is this moment I get to have a drink of my coffee. All right, Isaac, you're in. It's hard to get you on screen and show you all like that. I'm going to go that way. There you go. Not so hard now. Thank you for saying I'm doing an awesome job. Our Maori language is hard to say. I'm picking it up, but I just love playing with the names, because what I do and describe is very lowering into my being. And if I don't joke around, I probably wouldn't be able to do this. As it's cry later. You ever feel the animals under this? Read about studies and know about frequency generation, infrasound, and how torturous it must be to the dolphins. How torturous it is to many of us, the frequency that we hear and feel in our bodies. And so I often feel that. And I know when they're bombing these innocent, beautiful beings that we harm so many ways without thinking. And from our fishing nets and discarded stuff, because we want that can of tuna fast. So they cut nets and all those floating styrofoam. So much of the pollution is from that particular industry that if they was just using a fishing rod, it'd be a little more fair. But when it comes to being fair, it has nothing to do with somebody that's the only thing they care about is how much money they have in the bank. How much are they going to make on something? It looks like you got some coast road action coming here, so you'll be watching for the showers, sudden downpours and stuff as they mix this stuff through. Holding off a flow causes a lot of colliding condensates or water droplets to get big enough to fall, overcome the updrafts, downdrafts, and various misses. And the campgrounds that day are going to be quiet. Evidence is some totals here through the northern rivers in that area here are going to begin to show. But it's not going to be huge, all right? It's just don't worry about some things. I don't see this setup for nothing super, or I'll tell you. I always do. I risk it. Put my computer's on the line and my life on the line. And it is. The stuff I tell you is not wanted to be known. And it's very dangerous for many people to do. But I have nobody in my life that can use as leverage. And I'm not raising any children anymore. So, I can't. I said and did it. What's going on in Bali, may I ask? Yes, you may ask, and then I'll show you. What's going on in Bali is on your full totals, and I'll show you the bombs. Boy, you got some high totals on the 10s. It's on the 5s. Well, they're holding a lot of flow off. Hey, you guys have eminent problems. I won't be going on holiday there right now. It won't be much fun. Right? Since you asked. You ought to see how many beams they're doing up here through these islands here. It's really horrendous. Yeah, it looks like you got some action coming on. Oh, man, it's coming on, man. It's going to be a heavy flow when they come on. Right, so let's look at you guys for a moment. All right, let's bring you guys in. I want to give Thailand a look. So we'll bring that whole cluster in here. And let me show you something. They love to beam this area, so there might be a little bit of a pause as these things load. You see straight off. You see that beam right there. Straight off. They control the flows through these islands, right? Nothing can come through here, right? No flow. It's just held. Right, that strait is blocked. This strait has just a little bit of flow that can come through, but not down here. See how that wall's been put up there and there and there. I'll teach you best I can do to read it. And they block the flow through here, but not through here. And you're going to have a gentle wind come through here between the islands, kind of down there. There are volcanoes and all that. Volcanoes. Now let's beam a volcano. Hey, what could possibly go wrong? Bzzz, getting fried, Bali style. Yeah, Bali, where they whip horses. I'll never forget that. Enacted. Like, it was awkward. We mentioned it was a problem. Ooh. Bzzz, see Indonesia frying? Controlling the flows so that water and the moisture goes to predictable areas. Path of least resistance, you know. Pressure flows. Setting up little things that block flow. You know, Singapore. Look at the beam, allowing flows only through this area, splitting that storm into a separate thing, and it looks like they've created a flow and sending it north. As you got one showing through here, see these little lines coming through here south of Medan, the Glen. From now on, all names Dan will now be called Glenn, and if you will have the option to change your name. That is all. Padang! Hey, Padang. Hey, old Padangi. Hey, Padang and Pajang. Panjang. There's some good names here. I could have fun all day here. Oh my, look at all that, huh? You see some beans? You see China? China. They're fraying those people big time like rice. Look at over here in India here, right? Because they're really going to cap it through here. So that thing might have had a tendency to go that way, but created a heated outflow line. That thing ain't getting past that. Right there, hold that line right in there. Just get them rains right where Nestle wedged them so they could put them in bottles for people. India's having problems. See them all there frying away? Fry. China. Yeah, Trump always said that the funniest. They always want you to hate something. I'm just having a look. These are all the flows through here can pretty much occur. They're holding most of that off up here. Wuhan. That's where Wuhan is, okay? We're the biggest liars in the world. Me. And plot and scam and make things that are diabolical. Hey, let's make something that could kill everybody and pay for it in a lab. You're welcome to Wuhan. Nah, that's not the way to go. Hokoi, My Ying. It's beautiful names, some of these, actually. Yeah, you guys get some prayer. Move over there, Jujay. Get some. I got a lot of separate, looks like Kemp-dominated cells clusters going on over here. I wonder if we could get a picture. Can I do it? Right, radar, satellite. Hey, let's go with the visible. Let's see what kind of bomb clusters are going over China. China. Oh, look at them all off the coast here. That typical bomb cluster. They're really good at fireworks here. Didn't they do inventing that? Marco Polo. Bring that shit back. Bring it back. Ooh, that fan makes a little bit of noise on this thing when you're precious and gets up high. It must be precious and too much. So right. Look at the chembrams here. It's explosions going over these poor folks out here in a town on it. I don't even want to. Wanning. Bang mo. Tung chang. Tapo. Chin shine. Hey man, I'm on the menu over here, man. I'm reading the freaking menu. Look at all the chembrams over here. Thailand. How you doing? You smoking some Thai sticks out here? Jeez, look at all the plumes. Boom, 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 boom. Plum, 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 plum. Boom, 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 plum, 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 plum. I'm not happy with this cursor color in this. It's really blending in a lot. Boom, 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 plum. Boom, 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 plum. Boom, 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 plum. Ing, yo. Boom, 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 plums. Would you look at the gelt? I went over here to Bastard Strait. Why does he call it that? He wanted to. They put the camera upon the table. We let them do it. You motherfucker trust the government, but I don't trust your freaking lies, 'cause I fact-check their lies, and I see their chem bomb in the skies. Boom, 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 boom. Motherfuckers, motherfuckers. Really, really, a system that brings you down. What a wild name on that one there, Serge. Boo, 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 plumes. They ain't doing nothing, I'm just mashing a butt. Mashers. That's just on the teeth of the crocodiles these days, these mashers. Smashers in the sky. Smashers in the sky. Boom, 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 plumes. You believe their fucking lies. Their newsreaders don't tell facts. When was the last time you seen them out there interviewing and they actually put on there what you said? Right? They'll use your smile. They'll use 2 sentences. And you'd wasted a whole afternoon to push their agendas. Look at this boom, boom, plume. Going to Chris, the country of Australia, right now. My God, not much of a victory for Victoria, is it? You guys lost. You lost your freedoms. You lost your ability to realize that asymmetrical is an okay thing to be. And asymptomatic always meant healthy. You have no symptoms. You're healthy. I mean, really. Having a sniffle is normal with pollen seasons. Who told you that wasn't? An industry that makes money off of it. Salesmen told you that. A bunch of snake oil salesmen. It's like the old days. System normal, all fucked up. Big old snafu for ourselves. I look over here between Melbourne and Radelaide over here, and I'm watching these bombs going off. I'm going backwards in 10-minute jumps here. And this was it. It was very, about lunchtime, your time over around this area. If you eat lunch early, about 11 o'clock. See the V shape to that? The V, the way to go? See the penis right here they drew? In the veg, right in the sky. What's that, the pubes? Spunky's back, Spunky's back for your race. Boom. It is natural looking, looks like the bird. They're giving us the bird. It's not as healthy. And it's a bad to use at the beautiful heart to peck you dry. To peck you dry. How many directions of the wind did you have here in this area? Let's put on some nitty-gritty city names in this area here near the bending of the dingo. And when they bent the dingo over here, and bend dingo, I don't pronounce it the right way, Pitaigo. Could make you all Spanish. Bada bing, bada bang, bada bong. They're changing all your names. All the racist ones need to go anyhow. Well, yes, all the ones that said wild, blacky, spooky thieves will now be called the honky town and whiteyvilles, you know, and then we'll all still hate each other. Why don't we all just get together, look each other in the eyes, don't look at the color of the skin and say, hi, I love you, you've done me no wrong. And we can all get on with so much then. Have any of you planted a tree yet, and because I've been telling you for 10 years? What the fuck is wrong with you? You should be planting trees because the trees are beautiful. They'll outlast you. They'll feed something when you're not around. And other things will enjoy them. So do it like that. And by the way, they clean the air. Right? They love our carbon dioxide very much. All of it. They love it. They will break that carbon off of that thing and release oxygen. Imagine it. Oxygen gets released by a tree. You don't got to plug it into the wall. None of that crap. And I just can't stop this one freaking thing right here. This is just absolutely boom, 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 not delicious. It's not boomalicious, that's for freaking sure. My God, it's so obvious the geoengineering conditions around the world that I see. I mean, there's ones here, as I said I would cover you here. Streamers of death there, going over the holiday people over here, and the place they make the cappuccino. Cappuccino, you see. Yeah, you people drinking assy coffee because somebody said it was cool. I mean, really. I understand you needed some coffee, you know, but they could have roasted those beans. Look at this, like an ass. The ass cloud. With a big S in it. Shite. Boom! Went the plume. Boom! Went the plume. Now forward in time. See how they spread out? See how they block the sun? You see how they just take all the sunlight away from these creatures down here, and only put wavelengths of light out that might not be the ones these creatures need to survive on and energize their electric body. Because light is so many things. Light's everything you observe. Light has no time limit. Look at that. Over the tap. How many directions of the wind? I keep saying this in places. Look at these bomb cluster here. Boom, 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 boom. You know, Bali's over here, just in case people don't understand where I'm at. Well, it just says cities, boundaries. It's just right here. I know where it is. Over here next to this bird-shaped thing. With the mouth in the top of the head. That's how I always recognize it. See these bombs just going off. You don't even get to enjoy that firework. That ain't the kind that drives away the evil spirits. It's being done by the evil disappearers. Or the disappearance, if you will. Because as soon as trouble hits, they disappear. They don't hang themselves. Kind of a situation. They get off on some of the most heinous crimes. Because I think that those judging them are maybe on the list of the people that are also enjoying those activities of abominations. That kind of a system that protects itself over the public good, but yet are designed a system that says we are serving the public good. Well, to protect and to serve a checkerboard square, it doesn't show a picture of you on it, does it? That's all I'm going to say about that. And if the chessboard is on her back, we got to stand up. I'm not playing that game. No more, no more. I am not the system's heart. Look at these bombs over here near Perth Corner, and the stuff being deployed out at sea. It's coming your way as fallout. Right, all the way up this coast. All these boom boom plumes coming right over the top. You see the percussion ring? I'll go back 10, 20, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. That is, if it was a condensation trail, it would have dissipated. It would have got to the temperature of the air around it, and the cloud would cease to exist. If it was a condensate trail. Well, there's a beam line shooting up through here. You can just see it right through here where nothing else, if the flow changes. So they turn the beam on. Boop. Right there. Low deck. And so that'll be a microwave from a NexRad will be the most likely source of such a cloud signature. A signature of a cloud is not an autograph, okay? Going to the cloud. Can I have your autograph? I just know some of these generations would ask for it. Look at the waveform coming up. It's a big beam. That's big. Boof, boof, boof. See it on how it clears clouds and then moves them along? Then they renucleate. If you can measure the distance between those two hazed out areas where they change, you'll know what frequency they're running. Right? Because it's peaks and troughs. You just measure the line between the two. You get a fairly, that's very low. Very, very, very low. Ultra low frequency, deep rumblers. Those are like the quake makers. Poof, poof. Notice how it stops at Xmas. So who could be doing it? The doo-doo slaggers. Look at this crap coming your way. It's coming your way. It's coming your way. We're on the tornado earth for like a temptation. Right. I got Sapphire. Oh, I shouldn't have wanted to tornado earth. That's one I want to show you next. So I'm going to reload at that one. So there may be a gap. Does anybody else have any questions? Yeah, Alan Brown. Coffee sounds good. Here's to you, mate. How you doing, Matt, in Canada? And some big totals hit y'all, didn't it? Right. Where to go to first? Well, I was talking about Bali, so should we just go there to Bellywood over here? Bali dancing, camp animations. Right, we got Don't take long to find. Zoink. Boom! Wake up. Get out of bed. Do something about it. You're all awake, looking like a face blowing out a big puff of smoke over here. Demons in your sky. Boom, 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 and booms. When you start messing with scalar energy, it's a multi-dimensional fabric. You could call entities in from other dimensions, and they do experiments at CERN trying to open up portals to do just those things. And so when I sometimes see entities in the sky, I might understand that, wow, man, there might be more going on here than Imaginarium. Now look here at this line. Would you say something's come along, one of those waveforms has made a difference here in this? I'd say so. My God. This is what it looks like when the gas chamber comes to you. Center point of emanation. See that that's in its center. See the different colors of the ice crystals over there refracting light differently. Up very, very high up. It's contamination. This whole crap show. Everywhere you look on this world, there's some kind of a geoengineered cloud, it seems, going on lately. Where we are not the big blue marble. We're the big stain in the solar system. It would change our name to Uranus. Dragon. Devil horns. Yeah, it's kind of an S. Let me see if I can figure out a screenshot without hitting the home button. Oh, it's Nessie, look. All right, there's a snail shell. We got Dr. Do-A-Lot out here doing nothing. Count bombing you guys up, and that's right off the coast of New Zealand. I'll bring a little Imaginarium into this. Imaginarium doesn't swear. But these are chem bombs over here. Boom, boom, boom. There, see how they shoot out? Yep, they're shooting them up in the sky, man. Bunch of fucking profit junkies. Look at the waveforms over New Zealand. That way, that way, that way. Quakerish here, Quakerish there, everywhere. Just read those clouds, you should see. How they doing over here in the vag. Or the cervix, I don't know, call it what you will. All I know is it's a chemi day. Chemi night. Boom, boom, plum you. Your skies turn gray. They drew a penis in your cloud today. Look at it. Right here's a belt. There's the testicles. Here's the shaft. And there's the belt. Right in the sky. Who got the penis treatment? Yeah, I'm very curious. Hey, which? Wellsford. Oh, Wankworth. Hey, Wankworth. I know it says Workworth, but Wankworth has the penis cloud. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you a Higgins dream. Hey, he doesn't have to take long to draw that one. I'm going to have it. This is going to be the thumbnail for YouTube. Over here at Wanksworth. Wankingtons. What a bunch of wankers doing this shit to us. Over here, clouding up the skies with bombs over here at a Carapee. Motherfuckers. Who do you want to control your weather? Mother Nature or motherfuckers? Make your choice right now. And I'm not talking Samuel L. Jackson, because that might not go very well. Well, beach. But look at this formation here. Look at how the ice crystals are refracting light different. There's different chemicals absorb different wavelengths of light. So they refract differently. Right? And that's a swastika from a distance, isn't it? See how you're nazified your skies are? Right over the top. It's like they're announcing a sacrifice in advance over here at the Bay of Plentychem. Plentychem. I'll zoom in over this area here. There's lots of bombs. How you doing, Summer? A rope? Ha! Hee! Hee! Hey, somebody says she's running late. I wouldn't have noticed if he was hearing it. I don't see who's actually watching. I'm looking actually at the screen that I'm controlling here. Look at this blowout in the clouds that these fireworks did. Over here near Hawke's Bay Airport, or are they aiming their radar up? You didn't get to see any sunshine today. But on the top of all that, you couldn't see. It was a bomb display going on. Bendy, 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 bomb, bomb, bombs. They love you, so you're screwed. Right up the old wazoo, they're screwing you. That's right, you gave them an inch and they took the world. I didn't. I protested. I'm still protesting. I'm not a Protestant, but I'm a protest. Look at the face here, huh? Sucking the land's energies dry. Oh, sea hag in a hat. It's got a head on its head. Yeah, man. They ain't even disguising their lies. You can't. All pointing toward a spot. See it? This is obvious. They're not like puffy clouds of happiness. This is the control of the world, and a beam has shot up through here. See the influence line it left? Right there. Pointing on the known radar stations. This is fucked. Or station. Bzzz, getting fried. So the witnesses are going to continue. It looks like from a distance you get the angry bird out here with its wings out like a buzzard. It's one of my Imaginarium liver birds with the fox face, and the fox is in the hen house, and you got the eggs, and it's coming your way. This is not a good sign. As when I zoom way back. Look at the face. Look at the eye. Look at the sweep. The only thing missing in this picture right now is a freaking tiki. Come on. Na-na-na-na-na. Big scalar square now over Townsville again. Slowly rotate that. You can fix the flow. That just knocks things along. Bzzz, fried. The fried can. Look. So what symbol could you make out of that? The swastika. Klaus Cloud, if you will. The NOTSEE Nazi Cloud. Don't you see what's going on here? Don't you understand that decisions made by Homo sapiens, because we're alive, are influencing life out here in the ocean? These big beams that I hope sure I'll not attempt to load. Where's Mimic? I don't know. I'll have to type it in. I'm going to attempt to bring Mimic up. I haven't loaded all my favorites in yet. Mimic. TPW2. You just type that in. Right, you'll come up with this. Alright. Let's have a peek here, shall we? Do that zoom thing. I don't know what I just did. Oh, okay. I don't want to do that. Right, let's have a look. Let's see what kind of beams are occurring around the planet today. Oof, boy, did they take a prep out here. My God. Let's have a quick look at this here. We'll do that zoom bit here. Yeah, you got fried. Time stamping this. Just let that run. Bzz. Earthquake much Alaska today? Wow, that's a big blast. Hawaii, what the fuck did you just do? Whammo! That very well could be the a mobile platform out there. Big mobile radars they've got on ships. You're aware of that, right? That they've got ships with big emitters on them. let's just call them radar ships. And you could come up with some images that'd show you some of the big ones. Okay, that's that. I'll do it different. Spy ship. They get big ones out here, folks. Really, really big ones, like this Chinese spy ship here with all these emitters and stuff on it. It's very easy to find this information publicly. You could just do your own homework. They got lasers on here as well. The lasers can influence weather. Over the invisible wavelengths of light, you won't see their operation other than the plasmas created around their field of influence. Yeah, that's a big one. Right, that's a real big one. There's all sorts of different ones. If you want this Google search, I'll bring it in. Bring it back. Dirty dogs, they all. There's that. And so you can have a look into these things. It's not just that USA platform one, and which I would suspect could cause something, because you got big ones. This is India. You got one of them, they could be parked out there. Or it's not busy defending itself against missile threats that are really just threats sold by the same guy who sells each side the same weapons and then encourages them to use them so he can sell more. But these ships are out there. Hey, what's with this? Soviet. They will point out it was Soviets did a wrong move. They popped their bubble. Hey, so we can have a look inside it. See right there? They blame everybody for everything. They want war because war pays them. Yeah, that was a big, big blast. Let's bring you guys into the frame here. Higher earthquake risk is still again around here, and again through this area, kind of close to shore. Tropics. India again. See the double blast? Goes right across the top. Yeah, they're working in conjunction. When I see a secondary flash over China, and I see one out here in the open waters of the Pacific, I think China did it. It's not aimed toward Alaska. It's all coming from up here. I really don't think that HARP did this one. This is a multi-deployment of beaming going on in those timestamps. So let me just turn that off. Come back to here. I zoom on back and give you guys some of your weather radar here in your areas. Right, Esperance, Swirly Girl is active. Call her that because there's a radar there, and it does a certain things. Kate Beardsley and I decided that was going to be its nickname back when she was doing weather work. I got a bit of a bumping noise occur. This is grass patch. Oh, the old grass patch. Scratch your ass in the grass patch. I can't wait till I figure out a dang a touch screen for removing things, but I can show a pen, and then I'm gonna kick my fork case up a notch. But I'm pretty pleased with this. So, yeah, there's nothing for you over here. I want a t-shirt for the Cockabitty Roadhouse. Cockabitty Roadhouse. Everybody should go enjoy themselves at Cockabitty Roadhouse. There you go. I burned it. How Route 1? I guess you're going to be needed some freedom. Maybe the ability to jack your roadhouse in the air to get the floodwaters from underneath you, because that's a prime location. Looks like it definitely needs some freedom from the way things used to be, and which sucks. Where the morals are being worshipped are immoral. These salmon gums. Salmon gums will now be called cricket gums, and that's what you'll end up on notice of. Instead of gingivitis, you'll have cricketitis, then you'll be smelling like a Jiminy. Like, Jiminy, you're British, but that's a cool name. Has it got some kind of gum trees there? Got a kookaburra sitting in it. Hey, how you doing there, condom gulp? Oh my god, condom gup. Oh yeah, there's a crossroads there. That definitely needs some smart lights. And you got a little bit of a depression feature here. So Orleans Bays might very well get the New Orleans treatment at some point. That's definitely a critical spot there for inundations. Not very cool. Let's see if we can pick up any beaming going on here. They got everything so blurred out. You can hardly tell the gaps in the clouds anymore on this type image. And it's coming in and out of focus far too many times. My mouse sensitivity on this is a bit too high. I'm not happy with the size of the cursor. I'll change that. I did my test drive yesterday. You know what a pain in the ass it is to get online and a new device? Okay. Right. Let's see how... I want to do a test drive on something else. So I'm going to turn the sat here off. Turn the world view off. And let's have a little bit of a tour of your Kembam skies from today. Auckland don't show much sky. So we'll go out to sea. Let's see this. What a beautiful view, huh? I want to go up there and burn one. Let's see what your skies look like. Let me go up there and wipe that camera off. I want to cover Kembams from it. Okay, we're going to square form to this right here in the clouds. It's not a naturally occurring cloud formation. It looks like one's moving in one direction and one's moving another. Right, that's two clouds doing that. And it's moving along so fast that when it's at that pause layer between where clouds form, it's actually dragging cloud condensate into a loop behind it as it's moved along. If it was that way, it would be being pushed. So it's being pushed by this wedge look shape here of energy that way. That's how you read that. You got two flows going past each other, which makes a lot of wind in between the two. This one usually gives a pretty good daytime image. Get tough surf conditions. Still a lot of firewood out there for you guys to have. Still, somebody looked like they took a family picture or something around standing out there. It's nice to see people having a day out. That guy got the best job. Look at the surfboard and everything in a buggy to ride around the beach in. Hey, some talented individuals to do that. They would die for you. Yeah, there's not many people in the world do that anymore. Not enough of us. And some people say they wouldn't die for their children even. Where is values going? I call it a system of devaluation almost. We'll see some of the clouds that are going to bother these folks up here because they got some action today. This one always gives a good view. Isn't that beautiful? Look at those trees. It's just a cable car view. See how the clouds go flat? Is there's a layer of clouds they can't go below. They can't format this type cloud, so they'll just perk like that. And EMF can cause it with cross flows and stuff as well. Yeah, but it's just that type cloud forming there. It's not like a cumulus cloud, which only had a life of 10 to 15 minutes back in the old days. These just stay all day, so don't let them tell you that either. That would be a lie. I don't like lies of any kind. And if you can't prove it, it's not truth. Okay? Truth don't care about Robert's opinion. They don't care if I'm going to vote for you left, right, green, yellow, black, or anything. Yeah, it's some unusual cloud formations. A lot of squares in the skies these days. If one of these is a square top like that, and the sun's at just the right angle, it's going to cast a shadow that looks like a perfectly straight line in your sky. And it happens a lot. People go, oh, blue beam. And he said, no, that's just the shadow government showing off their ability to plume you. A big plume in the distance with a flat top on it. Come on. Occam's razor. Think logical first before go with megatardo. As when it comes to Roberto, can go megatardo in a fucking flesh. Like this radar out here on Friar Island over here, Mr. Willis. Yeah, it's on all the time. They'll tell you it's a glitch, but I watch how it influences the clouds. And it has a geoengineering effect. So, right, I've gone over all your what matters. Right, heavy totals around the world are some of my more concerns right now. So I'll do a quick breeze through of who's fucked, who's not. Right, it's just going to be on the tens. Right? This is for the people over here in all these islands here. Fucked. Some of these tendrils will look like they're holding a half a meter of water in them. Okay, so you have to be very careful. And you're hitting all these little islands along the way there north of Fiji. You know, the ones out in the Coral Sea in French Polynesia is starting to get tendrils as they move that stuff over around to catch that low that's going to set it back in New Zealand. The flow has to come through here. I told you that earlier, and I showed you how they block up these straits here so they can manipulate the weather. But the worst tendrils of all are coming here between the Philippines into China and into old Siam here. This area here with a big shit stripe through here. Right, we're talking big totals for Myanmar. Down into Thailand's getting a little bit of a break, but not much. But the Mansu Seas is hitting this gemstone area really fucking hard in this valley through here, where a lot of food is grown for these people. A lot of problems are going to result with that. And down here through India, big tendrils coming across the middle. Some of these are going to carry in a half a meter of water in them. And nearly all this whole coastline's copping that. So you're going to have to be very vigilant in these areas on your travel as well. Out here, my friend, slowing you down. And watch yourself, watch the train tracks. A lot of these things are getting washed out. Be very careful. And Godspeed your travels, everybody. Go out there and travel this world. It's yours. Experience that National Geographic you always dreamed about. Form your own opinion. See if you was lied to about cultures. I think you'll find out you were. I love Turkey. I love John South. And being there with her and sharing that life. Ask him. But you know, and they do say is, life is what happens while you're busy making other plans. And so my other plans today are non-existent. I vow to serve this planet, and together I know we can do this. Well, always remember the answer is we. Be you, be free, be oneness. Stay safe. Big love, peace.